So Ceph is an open source storage platform, runs on commodity hardware. At its most fundamental, it's an object store, which allows you to take, if you have 100 computers with 5 hard drives in them, you can take those 500 hard drives and turn them into an elastic object store. Once you have that, you can build really interesting things like an application to do virtual block devices, or a REST interface that's compatible with S3 and Swift, or a parallel file system. And it's 100% open source. It's LGPL. It will always be open source, and Inktank provides support and services and help when people need it. We provide block level storage for virtualization. We also provide object storage with a compatible API to S3 and Swift. So the block storage allows you to take a virtual machine image, stripe it across an entire cluster. It also allows you to do things like take that virtual machine image and make 1,000 copies of it instantly and spin up 1,000 VMs that only require more storage when those copies start writing data. So it really helps you decouple your storage challenge from your compute challenge. And on the object storage side, it's the simplest thing possible. You tell it, I'm going to give you this object, and when I come back for it, then give it back. And that's it, which is sometimes the simplest storage solutions are the best. And so that object storage, where it's reliable and self-healing and self-managing and massively scalable, but still accessible through a simple REST API that's compatible with applications written for S3 or Swift. The term open cloud can mean a couple of things. It can mean a cloud stack that is built on open source, like OpenStack or CloudStack, and that sort of reflects the economic advantages and the community advantages behind building something that's akin to what Amazon has done, but done in an open way that can be run on commodity hardware, where the price of the hardware dictates how much things cost instead of a company doing it or whatnot. It provides an open alternative to what AWS does. That's one way to think of the open cloud. I think another way to think of the open cloud doesn't exclude AWS like the first definition. It's having cloud services with standardized APIs so that applications written for one cloud can work on another cloud. And I think it's really powerful, and it's something that I think the world needs, because tomorrow's applications are going to run on the cloud. And I think it's important to be able to give those applications the choice. Heck, even transparently, it might even make sense that they can be built for one cloud and they can run on another, or maybe they'll run on one cloud and then 1 minute they'll be running on another cloud. Might even be just as possible. And you can have brokerages and things like that if everybody's using the same consistent open standards. One of our most important channels is the cloud stacks. We spend an engineering effort to make sure that when you deploy OpenStack, you can use it with Ceph. When you deploy CloudStack, you can use it with Ceph. We're in talks with all of the major open source clouds, and we're talking with some of the non-open source clouds to make sure that the storage problems that Ceph solves can be helpful to anybody who's using an elastic computing paradigm.